Hello, young man. I'm here to guide you through a journey of self-discovery and growth as we navigate the complexities of life. You see, my young friend, the world can be a daunting place, filled with challenges and uncertainties. But I'm here to tell you that with the right mindset and tools, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. As we begin this journey, I want to start by talking about the importance of setting goals. You see, having clear goals in mind is essential for success. It gives you direction, focus, and motivation. Without goals, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly through the sea of life. But with goals, you can chart your course, navigate through the choppy waters, and reach your destination. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I set goals? Well, my young friend, it's quite simple. Start by thinking about what you want to achieve. What are your passions? What makes you tick? What do you want to accomplish in the short term and long term? Write down your goals. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This will help you create a roadmap for success. But goals are just the beginning. It's the execution that matters. You see, many people set goals, but they fail to take action. They get caught up in the daily grind, and their goals become nothing more than a distant memory. Don't let that happen to you, my young friend. Take action, take control, and make your goals a reality. Now, I want to talk about the power of positive thinking. You see, your thoughts have the power to shape your reality. If you think positively, you'll attract positive energy into your life. But if you think negatively, you'll attract negative energy. It's like the old saying goes, what you sow, you reap. So, make sure you're sowing seeds of positivity, and you'll reap a harvest of success. But what about when things go wrong? What about when you face setbacks and failures? Well, my young friend, that's where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. It's like the Japanese proverb says, fall down 7 times. Stand up 8. Don't give up. Even when the going gets tough, keep pushing forward, and you'll eventually reach your destination. Now, I want to talk about the importance of self-care. You see, taking care of yourself is essential for success. It's like the old saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Make sure you're filling your cup with positivity, with good habits, and with self-love. Take care of your physical health, your mental health, and your emotional health. Exercise regularly, eat well, get enough sleep, and practice mindfulness. This will help you stay focused, stay motivated, and stay on track. But self-care is not just about physical health. It's also about mental and emotional health. Make sure you're taking time for yourself, to relax, to unwind, and to recharge. Practice meditation, practice yoga, or practice any other activity that helps you calm your mind and soothe your soul. This will help you stay centered, stay grounded, and stay focused. Now I want to talk about the power of relationship. You see, the people you surround yourself with have the power to shape your life. They can either lift you up or bring you down. So, make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive, supportive, and uplifting people. People who will encourage you, motivate you, and help you achieve your goals. But what about when you're faced with negative people? What about when you're faced with criticism, with negativity, and with doubt? Well, my young friend, that's where self-confidence comes in. Self-confidence is the ability to believe in yourself even when others don't. It's the ability to trust yourself, to trust your abilities, and to trust your judgment. So, make sure you're building your self-confidence by focusing on your strengths, by celebrating your successes, and by learning from your failures. Now, I want to talk about the importance of learning. You see, learning is a lifelong process. It's a journey, not a destination. So, make sure you're constantly seeking knowledge, constantly seeking wisdom, and constantly seeking growth. Read books, attend seminars, take online courses, and seek out mentors. This will help you stay ahead of the curve, stay ahead of the game, and stay ahead of the competition. But learning is not just about formal education. It's also about self-education. Make sure you're taking time to learn new skills, to learn new hobbies, and to learn new interests. This will help you stay curious, stay creative, and stay innovative. And it will also help you stay adaptable, stay resilient, and stay open-minded. Now, I want to talk about the power of gratitude. You see, gratitude is the key to happiness. It's the key to fulfillment. It's the key to success. So make sure you're practicing gratitude by focusing on the positive, by focusing on the good, and by focusing on the blessings in your life. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Share your gratitude with others and celebrate your successes. But gratitude is not just about feeling good. It's also about doing good. Make sure you're using your skills, your talents, and your resources to make a positive impact on the world. Volunteer, donate, and give back to your community. This will help you stay grounded, stay humble, and stay connected to something bigger than yourself. Now I want to talk about the importance of taking action. You see, taking action is the key to success. It's the key to progress. It's the key to achievement. So, make sure you're taking action by setting goals, by creating a plan, and by executing your plan. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt hold you back. And don't let procrastination hold you back. Take action. Take control and make your dreams a reality. But what about when you're faced with uncertainty? What about when you're faced with risk? Well, my young friend, that's where courage comes in. Courage is the ability to take risks, to face challenges, and to overcome fears. So, make sure you're building your courage by facing your fears, by taking calculated risks, and by pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Now I want to talk about the power of persistence. You see, persistence is the key to success. It's the key to achievement. It's the key to overcoming obstacles. So make sure you're persisting by staying focused, by staying motivated, and by staying committed to your goals. Don't give up, even when the going gets tough. Keep pushing forward, and you'll eventually reach your destination. But what about when you're faced with failure? What about when you're faced with setbacks? Well, my young friend, that's where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. So, make sure you're building your resilience by learning from your failures, by growing from your mistakes, and by staying positive in the face of adversity. Now, I want to talk about the importance of staying present. You see, the present moment is all we have. It's the only moment that exists. So, make sure you're staying present by focusing on the here and now, by letting go of the past, and by not worrying about the future. This will help you stay grounded, stay centered, and stay at peace. But what about when you're faced with distractions? What about when you're faced with temptations? Well, my young friend, that's where self-discipline comes in. Self-discipline is the ability to stay focused, to stay motivated, and to stay on track. So, make sure you're building your self-discipline by setting boundaries, by creating a schedule, and by staying committed to your goals. Now, I want to talk about the power of mindset. You see, your mindset has the power to shape your reality. It's the key to success, it's the key to happiness, and it's the key to fulfillment. So, make sure you're cultivating a positive mindset by focusing on the good, by focusing on the positive, and by focusing on the abundance in your life. But what about when you're faced with negative thought? What about when you're faced with self-doubt? Well, my young friend, that's where self-awareness comes in. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize your thoughts, to recognize your emotions, and to recognize your behaviors. So, make sure you're building your self-awareness by practicing mindfulness, by practicing meditation, and by staying present in the moment. Now I want to talk about the importance of taking care of your physical health. You see, your physical health is the foundation of your overall well-being. So, make sure you're taking care of your body by eating well, by exercising regularly, and by getting enough sleep. This will help you stay energized, stay focused, and stay motivated. But what about when you're faced with physical challenges? What about when you're faced with illness or injury? Well, my young friend, that's where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. So, make sure you're building your resilience by staying positive, by staying causative, by staying focused, and by staying committed to your goal. Now, I want to talk about the power of community. You see, community is the key to success. It's the key to happiness. It's the key to fulfillment. So, make sure you're building a strong community by surrounding yourself with positive, supportive, and uplifting people. This will help you stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay connected to something bigger than yourself. But what about when you're faced with loneliness? What about when you're faced with isolation? Well, my young friend, that's where self-love comes in. So make sure you're practicing self-love by focusing on your strengths, by celebrating your successes, and by being kind to yourself. Now, I want to talk about the importance of learning from failure. You see, failure is not the end of the world. It's not the end of your journey. It's actually a stepping stone to success. So, make sure you're learning from your failures by analyzing what went wrong, by identifying what you can improve, and by using that knowledge to move forward. But what about when you're faced with fear of failure? What about when you're faced with fear of the unknown? Well, my young friend, that's where courage comes in. Courage is the ability to take risks, to face challenges, and to overcome fears. So make sure you're building your courage by facing your fears, by taking calculated risks, and by pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Now, I want to talk about the power of forgiveness. You see, forgiveness is the key to healing. It's the key to moving forward. It's the key to letting go of the past. So, make sure you're practicing forgiveness by letting go of grudges, by letting go of resentment, and by letting go of anger. But what about when you're faced with difficult relationships? What about when you're faced with toxic people? Well, my young friend, that's where boundaries come in. Boundaries are the ability to say no to set limits, and to prioritize your own needs. So, make sure you're setting boundaries by being clear, by being direct, and by being respectful. Now, I want to talk about the importance of staying consistent. You see, consistency is the key to success. It's the key to progress. It's the key to achievement. So, make sure you're staying consistent by creating a routine, by setting a schedule, and by staying committed to your goals. But what about when you're faced with procrastination? What about when you're faced with lack of motivation? Well, my young friend, that's where accountability comes in. Accountability is the ability to take responsibility for your actions, to take responsibility for your results, and to stay committed to your goals. So, make sure you're building your accountability by finding a mentor, by finding a coach, and by surrounding yourself with people who will support and encourage you. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account. Link on description. See you soon, friend.